so. This one's a little challenging because there's 2 strings, so again, using your little tack, you can just pull it up a little bit. Slipping it in behind. Hopefully that was it. Okay, and so now you've gone all the way around, and now this is Cindy's idea here. What she's saying is now it's just to pull it right off the shaft. Okay, so this wire that is in there, just like so, and now what we want to do is to be able to secure this off properly. So this is my idea here. You're going to have 2 wires hanging. So instead of just having wires hanging loose in your project, depending on the size that you want to go, you might want to actually put a soffit on there. So if you don't want a soffit, don't bother. So just grab a soffit, just like so, and slip it onto your wires. Okay. So what I want to do is just kind of bring it relatively closer, and then squeeze down. And I want to trim those so they're just about less than 1/4 of an inch, just like so. And so then what I do is, see these little things, those can actually bother your skin if they're stabbing, so what I just do is I just bend it over once, so it's like a U, and then I close it. So basically the loose end, right, would be right next to the steel, and this steel would be buried inside, just like so. So now what we want to do is grab your shaft again and put this back in. Like put it right back on, so just slide it back on. It doesn't have to be all the way down, but if you want it to be, you can. And now we just begin to knit again all the way around. So what I'm going to leave that to you is to decide how long you want to make it, and we'll meet back up when we go to finish off. So just how I added the wire before, that's how you do it every time. And again, don't make your working wire so long that it's going to be inconvenient for you as well. So let's keep on going, and I'll meet you back up when we start to finalize this project. This is how actually pretty simple this stuff is. It just requires a lot of technique, and once you got your technique, bada boom, bada bing. And again, do not be afraid to adjust anything at any point. If you see something is not lining up right, get that tack out and fix it right away. And again, you don't have to be scared of it when it's on this thing. You can just continue to play with it. Okay, and this is your also this is where I sealed off, so I just want to make sure that stays underneath, so don't let that come outside, and that'll bury itself inside the actual bracelet and nobody even know it was there. So that's about it. So let's keep on going. Okay, so here's what I got. I got like just over a fistful of knitting done, and the reason why I'm stopping now and I'm not making it going all the way around my wrist is that we're now going to use the tool by StephanieEddy.com, and this is provided in the kit too. And what we want to do, it's like extruding steel. Basically, you just continue to pull it through the pieces. But the first thing we need to do now is to be able to get it off this tool. So we just got to pull this out just like we had before. And the one side here, this is all just going to pull together. Okay, so the bottom part, so if you just yank on it a bit, just pull it gently. This thing, the one string is, or the one wire is going to be all together. And on this side here, what we want to do is carefully cut. Okay, so we just want to cut at the top section of each. Okay, and know your knitting will not unravel. Only one particular row will unravel with this when you do this, which is what you want it to do. And usually this particular round anyway is not very good anyway. It's kind of loosey-goosey, I guess to say. And now just gently, you just want to get this off. So basically you're going to be left with some nice, beautiful loops. Okay, like so. Okay, so now what we want to do is what I just got some wire. Okay, and I did it about yay long. Okay, about 9 inches long, I think. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold it in half, and I'm going to refold it again so that it's in. So there's actually 4 strings or wires running together, and I'm going to twist it. Okay, and again, this is just my kind of artist license. And what I want to do now is I want to capture all of the loops in with this wire. Okay, so we got 1, 2, and there should only be 6, right? And you can also bend just as well to get it to the rest of them as well. So that's what we're going to do next. Okay, so basically if you don't put anything in those loops, this thing will actually unravel itself eventually through pressure of wearing it. So let me continue this a little bit off camera. So now just pulling now that everything is in, you can just kind of squeeze it a little bit shut. And what we want to do now is just begin to do a wrapping process as well. And what I would probably recommend at this point, the one's area that is folded, you can actually cut that. And give it a good twist. And then getting a soffit again from your tray and slide on. Okay, and just slide it on and seal it down. And again, just doing, well, they're a little bit too long, so I'm going to trim those down a little bit more. Trim down and bend like so. Always one. Okay, so now what I want to do is just continue to wrap that around. Okay, and we'll leave it just like so. And now I want you to decide which one you want to go with. Okay, so I just want you to think about it like that. Okay, so now the other side's already been done, so now this side is the side that we're going to now pull through. Now because you put the soffits inside, these smallest holes you're not going to be able to get that through. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to match it to the one that it's currently at. So let's just say, there's actually measurements on the back, so 3/8. Let's just assume that it's that for now. See if it goes through. So it's just squeezing on through. Okay. So it's a little bit tight, but you'll notice that it's stretched out just a little bit. So that was 3/8. So now that's going down to 5/16, putting everything through. Okay, so now this time it's going to be smaller. So it's going in fat, coming out a little bit thinner. And this is how they do steel, right? Okay, so let's do again. That was 5/16. Now we're going to go down again, 1/4. Okay, so let's go down, and again going in fat, coming out small. Okay, so that was 1/4. Let's go with 7 and 30 seconds there. Okay, going in fat, coming out thinner. So every time you're pulling it through, it's getting longer and longer. So that was 7/32. So let's go down to 3/16. Again, pushing everything through. Going in fat. So if you will have noticed when we originally did this, it didn't look that appetizing on the spool, did it? But now that everything's being pulled, voila. So now what you just want to continue to do is just kind of look now and see how it's going to go around your wrist. And voila, you still need to put toggles on that, so this size is actually probably pretty good for me. But if you want to try and go smaller, you can, and it just gets a little more narrow as you work along. So let's say begin to do the toggling of the one side. So we already kind of started a bit of it, and now we just want to finish it. So let's grab a toggle. Yeah, let's do some hearts. So I'm going to put some hearts on the one heart. I'm going to twist this up a little bit. I'm going to put a heart in, just like so. Okay, I'm going to push it all the way down here, and I'm going to get a toggle, or sorry, a soffit or a crimping tube, same color, for my tray, and just put it on. And again, this just helps you not to be able to stab yourself. So I'm going to crimp it. I've been working on a lot of jewelry lately, so I've kind of got this down to a mad science. So that's in. I just want to move that out of the way. Okay, this is part of your original. So I'm just going to bend that down. I'm going to bend this down. And now I'm going to wrap around. So it's kind of like a free wrap idea. Okay, and then to extra secure it, you can just push it down like so. You want to make sure there's no, I could feel it with my finger when I did it, one of them was kind of unfolded. So I just kind of want to wrap that back in, making sure having that scratching against your skin is no picnic. There's another one right there, so I just want to fix that too. Just tucking it in there. Okay, so that's a heart, and now we're going to get the matching one on the other side. And again, just grabbing your wire and just do another maybe about 9 inches. Some might actually think this is pretty crude. And now we just want to kind of trim off the ends so you don't have the loops, but they're all twisted together. See how simple that was? Okay. So now we want to just stick it into the very end, making sure all 4 are in, and I want to just get it right on the edge. I don't want to go too far in. I'm going to bend that while I have an opportunity to get to it. Okay. Now I'm just going to put the string that was, or the wire that was all, I'm used to crocheting, everybody, so that's why I call it string. I'm just going to twist everything back up. I'm going to fold this up and twist around as well. Okay, so now it's just a matter of dealing with the other side, and with the heart comes a really cute arrow, just like so. We're just going to slide in. Okay, we're going to slide that all the way down. We're just going to, I usually bend it before I put the crimping tube on, and then grab another crimping tube. You can find these at any crimping tubes. Now these crimping tubes that I'm using are actually semicircle tubes, so they're not like the ones at Walmart where they're just flat tubes, or sorry, just regular tubes. And I like these a little bit better because they're rounded, is that they don't ever have a sharp edge to it when you go to, they have a semicircle kind of finish on the edges. So if they're not all lining up, see how there's a couple that are longer than the other, just trim it and try it again. It's on, and we're just going to bend it. Now if you know of a better way of fastening this, you can do that yourself obviously too. Just continue to wrap around. So again, just using your pliers, just probably squeeze it a little bit more snug in, and voila, you have yourself a brand new bracelet made out of hearts. Well, with the heart and with the toggle situation. And voila, there is my new bracelet. So all the imperfections that you might have saw on the actual Viking knitting tool that we had are pretty well gone, or not even noticeable when you go to stretch it. So that's one thing I love about this particular craft. So thank you everybody for joining us today, and we hope that you've had a good time. And this is a great little tool. It's the Viking knitting tool by StephanieEddy.com, and it's available at MarilynGardner.com, and my mentor was Cindy Goldrick. On behalf of AllFreeKrochet.com and thecrochetcrowd.com, we wish you a really great day. Until next time, everybody. See you later.